I guess my thing is, as men, it is your responsibility to help actually guide men in the right direction.
Right.
And with the red pill stuff, it's causing more hate and more problems rather than actually helping men and young boys. That's on men because men aren't going to listen to women anyway. And men who hate women.
Yeah.
So it's on men to try to help these people understand in a healthy, proper way how to be a man, not just be fueled by hate. And then now our children are learning these things.
Exactly.
You think they're going to magically stop hating them?
Beyond the perfect we discover through our flaws, we complete each other. Better than perfect we stay. Through every fault we find our way.
All right. Welcome back to the Better Than Perfect podcast, where every week we share with you how two imperfect people helping each other grow equals one better than perfect relationship.
And we're back for round two.
Round two of episode 100.
Episode 100.
Part 2.
0.5.
Yeah, but it's actually 101.
Yes.
So figure that out.
It's actually 101.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're recapping some of our episodes and giving a synopsis, some points. If we change our mind on them, we went through on episode 100.
1 through 50.
Yep. And
So go check that out.
Yeah. So we'll do 50, 1 through 100.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll have to speed run it still because it's still a lot. So
That's true. We like to talk.
All right. So episode 51 was men set too low standards for women. You remember what we talked about there?
No. I mean, I would think that maybe it's kind of what you said in some of the other episodes that women just need to be attractive to men. They don't really think about the other sort of things as much.
I think that's what
I
it
would
was.
assume that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to see.
They need
even
to
just
vet is what I'm thinking, which is what I said in the other ones.
Oh, a difference between expectations and standards. We talked about that. So it's like.
In that episode?
Yeah. Yeah. How to shift from having expectations to standards. Like that men should have these standards, the way that women should treat them, the way that they should. Like they set
Not
too low standards
expectations.
in terms of the treatment that they get from women. So they tolerate disrespect. They tolerate yelling in their face. They tolerate physical abuse, like things like that, where they shouldn't be tolerating those things. They should have
from
standards.
the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long should you be unhappy in a relationship? Episode 52.
Oh, didn't you say like years?
Well,
you said like years. I think I said maybe 2 years, but I think you said 5 or something.
technically forever, right? Because you talked about the parachute, pulling the parachute. Like, we're not talking about abuse, but if you've made a commitment to be married to someone, it's to death do you part.
But 2 years of trying? Is that not the same episode where you talked about where if you give it your all and don't worry about your needs for 3 to 6 months, I can't remember how long you said.
Yeah, then
you can make a decision?
That should be it should be in a long-term relationship, but not necessarily in a marriage. Like, a marriage is something that, like, unless there's abuse, you shouldn't really be exiting that.
I mean, I agree with that.
Right.
But also it's like,
abuse, cheating.
you think someone's not going to cheat if they're unhappy for 2 years? Like, I don't think it's okay.
Well, then if they do, then...
Or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's when people do cheat.
Yeah.
And then they don't talk about it. They do stuff behind people's backs because they're unhappy, but they're supposed to stay there. You see what I mean? Like, I don't think we talked about this in that episode, though. But, like, being that unhappy for that long, for years, is usually what ends up causing people to go behind the person's back and make things even worse than if they just had a conversation about it.
Should you leave a marriage just because you're unhappy?
I don't think, like, you should, if you haven't worked on it and you're just like, I'm unhappy, I'm going to leave.
But then why are you making a commitment? Why are you getting married? Just don't get married. Just stay together and live in a long-term relationship and live together.
But that's why I think, like, if you're happy enough and, like, you really want to be with that person and you know that before you get married, I don't think will really even get to that point.
You shouldn't, but you should be sure that you're making, like, if you make the promise, if you say, I will love you, like, I will be with you till death do us part, right? In sickness and health, also mental health, right? Then
For better or for worse.
for better or for worse, right? So there's no wiggle room in there that's like, well, if I'm not happy, then I'll leave. If it's been 2 years and I'm not happy, I'll leave.
But then if you cheat, which you shouldn't do, then someone leaves. So it's like,
Then that's different because that's breaking the contract. At that point, it's open because they've already broken the
either way is
contract.
breaking the contract. So I guess
Being
it's
unhappy isn't breaking the contract.
if you like left because you were unhappy.
Yeah, that's breaking the contract. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Is that being unhappy should not be a reason to leave
I think
in a marriage.
I agree
in a relationship,
with you,
yes.
but I think if you're so unhappy that you're going to cheat anyway, you might as well end the relationship
It would be better
before
to
you
do
cheat.
that. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just don't do either of those things.
Right.
Right.
No,
So
like
it's
if you're committing to work
Yeah.
through it no matter what.
Yeah, it's like if I'm like, I'm so stressed out, I need to smoke a cigarette. So I'm either going to be stressed out or smoke a cigarette. No. You could do neither of those things. Like
Find a different way.
Right. Find
Yeah.
something else. Right. So like work on the relationship.
Fix the problem. Yeah.
Like you got to think that you're hitched to this person permanently.
Right.
Like there's no escape plan. There is no
Yeah.
parachute.
Escape
There's
route.
no,
Yeah.
That's really what
And
it
that's
has
why
to
you
be.
have to make a really good
Good choice,
decision
yeah.
when you get married.
Yeah. But also things can happen that are outside of your control. Your spouse could get in a car accident. Their face could be disfigured. They could be in a coma. They could
And
be.
people leave people like that,
You're
though.
right.
I don't think
Those
that's
aren't
okay.
reasons to leave, or they could have a debilitating illness that happens. Right,
Yeah.
my mom. That's how she passed away from Parkinson's. My dad stuck with her to the end.
Yeah.
So there's value in that.
there is.
for sure.
There definitely is.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. The most important relationship lessons we've learned. Episode 53. That was kind of a bit of a recap-ish kind of episode.
53. I wonder
Yeah.
which ones we said in that one.
Let me see if I can.
I mean, I'm sure we, like you said, recapped.
Oh, being
A lot of the
defensive was the
things.
big one.
Oh.
That was a big one. Yeah. Vulnerability is the key to unlocking true intimacy. Hitting dangers of letting issues fester. Transformative power of timely, thoughtful communication. How to balance the masculine and feminine energies.
Yeah, being defensive is probably still top tier.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that creates a lot of the actual conflict and arguments where it gets messy. I think a lot of things would be fixed a lot easier without
By
the
not being
defensiveness.
defensive.
And it's really hard to not be defensive,
Yeah.
Unless you've really practiced it and worked at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But those are good. Yeah. And that's helped us a lot. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but episode 54.
So, men talking about gold diggers.
Yeah. I think it was,
Are men gold diggers? That's what it was. Men are the real gold diggers.
that's what we were saying is that the episode synopsis says John and Nicole explore why feeling unworthy destroys relationships and how to embrace our flaws leads to deeper connection.
No, it was that men are the real gold diggers.
The surprising truth about gold diggers and why men's fears are often misplaced
It's because they're the gold diggers.
is because they're the gold diggers in terms of
Some of them are just straight up gold diggers.
some are just straight up gold diggers. That is true. But more men think that women are gold diggers, but what they're
Right.
really looking for is they're gold diggers. They're looking for success. They're looking for men that are committed to excellence, to
Have
success.
ambition and
Yeah.
drive
Yeah.
and
So
purpose.
they're gold diggers.
Sure.
which
they're
is good.
gold diggers.
Avoid the friend zone by learning to flirt like an asshole. That's a good title. Episode 55. There we talked about the flirting, so you don't be
Which
a
I'm
nice
sure
guy.
is like coming across with confidence and
Yeah.
assertiveness.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
So
this
if you
was a
need
good
to learn
one.
how to flirt, go listen to that one.
Have modern women killed chivalry? Episode 56.
Yeah, I think we said that they did in some ways because
Yeah.
when they get pissed that a guy's holding a door open,
Yeah.
it makes a man less likely to do that. And it's just straight up rude.
Right.
Like it's just straight, you wouldn't yell at some granny who held the door open for you.
Right.
So why are you yelling at a man who held the door open for you?
Right. Yeah.
Especially a man that you're going on a date with and he like opens the car door and you're mad about that? Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
And I think the thing is, and I think I said in the episode too, is that men have to not allow women to kill chivalry.
Right.
It's like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
keep
what
doing
you think.
it.
You just keep on doing it. It's like
A woman will appreciate it one day.
I had been on dates with women that tried to say something, and I just like, that's what I do. So I don't I'm acting like she's crazy. Like, I'm not getting mad and yelling at her or trying to have the debate.
Right.
I'm just because I'm the man.
Right.
Like, why am I going to buy into your frame, this ridiculous frame, and even argue with you about it? I'm just going to do the thing, like try and stop me.
And it shouldn't matter because if you're opening the door to try to like get brownie points with her, that's also going to come across that way. But if you're opening the door because that's who you are as a person and as a man, that is going to actually get you what you want because you're standing firm in what you want to do and how you're going to treat people.
Exactly.
And you can convert her into like being like, oh, I was wrong. You're right. Like, that is really nice of you to do because you're holding your ground. Whereas like, if you're a nice guy and she's like, you don't have to hold the door open for me. And then you stop doing it. She's going to know you're a pushover.
Right. Exactly.
And she's going to know you're a nice guy.
Yeah. If you're like, I'm sorry.
You're right.
Like, stop apologizing all the time. Okay, I will. I won't.
Okay,
I won't apologize. Sorry.
I won't.
Yeah. I mean, I won't. It's like, okay, you're done. You're friend zone. All right. Women don't care about men's feelings. Episode 57. This was a super popular episode.
Yeah.
And there was some truth to it in the sense that we were talking about how like a lot of men do feel like that. I think we had the little,
it was like a clip about
the video. Yeah,
the
guy with
had
the
a
spool
hat on. Oh,
yeah, he had this spool of wire that represented his life, and then his wife basically belittled what he was saying, and then he was like, "That's why."
Wasn't there something about a hat?
She was saying like, "Are you upset because whatever sports team lost or whatever?" Like she simplified it down to she didn't really care what
he said. She wasn't really listening to him.
Yeah,
and then women want to be listened to. And their feelings want to be heard, but they don't give men the same courtesy.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is like we were talking about how a lot of women do lack empathy. That they have sympathy, but they don't have true empathy.
I think they don't have a lot of empathy for men specifically too, because of like their issues with men. Just like men don't have a lot of empathy for women a lot of the time too. It's because of that underlying like hatred towards each other, like dislike. Or like, I don't want to be taken advantage of by this person. So they kind of keep each other at arm's length and like treat each other poorly, which I don't think is the right way to do it. But
yeah,
I mean, and I agree. It's more complicated with men actually, because it's a delicate balance. Whereas like women, you know, if they feel like men don't have empathy towards them, it is more detrimental, I would say, to the relationship because women have such big feelings and they're, you know, more feminine, and that's going to be a lot. But it's harder for men to deal with because they're told by everybody, don't share too much of your feelings with your wife or like your concerns. But like you still need to talk about them, but then they don't know how. So they shove stuff down a lot, and that causes resentment because they don't know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, like, it's more complicated for men.
Right, because if a man's a crybaby, right, then the woman showing him empathy. Exactly. And so men complain. It's like, well, women say they want a man who is in touch with his emotions, but then if he shares his emotions, then she's less attracted to him.
Right.
But it's like, yes and no. If you're a crybaby and you show that you're a wuss who can't handle life, or you're unsure of yourself all the time, doubting your own self, and you're not confident, and like those, like, yes, as a man, you're going to have some insecurities, but that's where it's like, call your buddy up, you know, have a group of men that you talk to, you share your insecurities with them, but not with your woman. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the same. Like, she can share her insecurities. That's fine. But you shouldn't be sharing.
Well, you're the leader. I think maybe even in that episode, you said it in one of the episodes. You talk about how if you're in the military and your general's like, oh, do you guys want to go in there? Yeah. And they're like, nah, not really. You're like, all right, we shouldn't go in there.
Or if you're like I'm really scared. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I just want to talk to you before the big battle tomorrow. Like, I know you guys are scared, but I'm also scared.
Right.
Like, you know, no, that's not going to...
when you're a leader, it does make it more complicated because you can't share...
that kind of stuff.
You can't share a certain extent because then it does at least make the people who are following your lead a little bit more weary, right? Like, a little bit like, okay, maybe he doesn't have it handled as much as he thinks he does.
Right.
But even if, like your woman trusts you and, you know, she fully trusts you 100%, you can still kind of wear at that like leadership, like her following your lead if you're coming to her and talking to her about things that you're supposed to be handling, but you don't really feel like you have a handle on it. And then she just listens, and then she can't do anything though, because she's not supposed to do anything.
Right.
And it makes her feel helpless, but like, no, I can help you. But then it's like, so it's more complicated
It is more
for
complicated.
men.
Yeah, for sure.
And so women do need to listen to what men want to say, but men do have to pick and choose, like you said, what they talk to their women about. Unfortunately, like I wish it could be totally open, but honestly, men need more masculine energy in those moments where they're like, I'm scared. I don't know if I can do this. They need somebody to be like, you can do this, brother.
Right, exactly.
They don't need like a woman being like, oh, honey, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, because then they'll be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to.
Exactly.
You know what
and
I mean?
that's going to make them feel like less attractive to that woman, and she's going to feel like
and
he's
then
weak.
she doesn't trust your lead as much.
Or even if a guy's like, honey, I'm just scared that you're looking at other men. Like, oh God, that's going to kill the attraction. Like, it's it's fine if a woman says that to a guy, but if you as a guy are not confident enough that you like you're scared, like you're showing insecurities in that way to a woman, not attractive.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work both ways. But
he's just got to know you're a baddie.
Yeah. Look at it. All right. Let me see where we're at. Okay. What do women bring to the table? Episode 58. This was the worst question.
That question.
Yeah, it's
still,
such a stupid
to this
question.
day, it's still dumb. It's very guys are the princess mindset.
Yeah. Not understanding
servant leadership at all.
And
what do you provide me? That's basically saying to a woman, like, how are you going to be my servant? When it should be, if you're the leader, if you're the masculine man, a woman should be asking a man what he brings to the table.
Right, exactly. And he's like this, it's like I said in the episode, it's a woman is like a magnificent piece of art. Mm-hmm. You're not like, what it do though?
Right. But what does it do for me?
Yeah. Like, what can I do with this? You can admire this beautiful thing and take care of it.
For what it is. Yeah.
Not like what it do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't think even women should ask men what men bring to the table. I don't think anybody should ask that question, because if you don't talk to somebody and if you can't figure out for yourself what someone brings to the table, you need to work on some other things.
Yeah, but a man should tangibly bring things to the table, right? He should make money.
Yeah, but she
take care
should
of a
know
woman,
that.
have all
She
these
should
things.
know because she knows what he does for his work. She's been around him and knows how his character is.
Yeah.
She should know these things by how he's acting
exactly. She doesn't have
rather
to
than
ask
his
the question.
words.
No, yeah. You don't even have to ask that question.
Actions over words in general.
But a woman doesn't need to bring anything to the table. She just needs to be her beautiful self, feminine self. She just needs to be feminine. Like, a woman has value just being a woman.
Being feminine
whereas
is valuable.
a man has to create his value in this world, and that's what it is. Like, a woman's value can be lost by losing her innocence, by losing the purity that she has, right? A man has to create his value in life.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. We Are Breaking Up, episode 59. It was just about breakups, not about us actually breaking up.
No, I knew that.
You knew that. Yeah. But
we were talking about breakups,
how to break up and like,
don't like go into a full spiel, just accept it.
Yeah. Or
just be like, okay, we're breaking up.
For a guy to be like, oh, we talked about the threat, like when a woman says, I'm breaking up with you, and you're like, okay, cool.
Right.
Like, because look, she's made up her mind, like, or she's using it as a manipulation tactic.
Right.
And then she gets all upset. I can't believe you said, okay, cool.
Like, you can't threaten to break up.
Yeah. If you're like, hey, we need to have a talk because I'm not happy, that's different than
I would break up with
you.
somebody if they threatened to break up with me in order to not break up with me.
Right. Yeah. Because it's just straight up manipulation.
Right. Yeah.
But a lot of guys fall for that.
No, I'm sure. Yeah.
And that's why it's like the most powerful thing you can do is say, okay, cool.
Right.
Like, yeah. And
then move on.
Yeah. And
like,
then
actually move on.
Yeah. And then, if she is bluffing, then she'll come back.
If she wants to repair it at that point, then that's up to you to decide.
The highest chance of her
that's
changing
the
her
only
mind
way.
then. Because
and then you have to be like, you cannot threaten me with breaking up in order to get what you want.
Yeah, that was the one and last time that will ever happen. So
yeah.
next time you're in or you're out. Like my parents used to say, "Are you in or you're out?" Can't be letting the air conditioning. Can't be letting the air conditioning out. If you guys are out, you're out. All right, episode 60. If they need personal space, it's a bad sign.
Yeah. I mean, people, again, I'm not trying to like attack people's relationships or anything, but if you want to be away from your partner.
Yeah. If you need a break.
As someone who valued before this relationship, my me time, my alone time.
Yeah.
If that is more appealing to you than spending time with your partner, your relationship needs work.
Yeah. It should be our alone time.
Right.
And it doesn't mean you don't do things like we said. Hey, I go for a run. I go to the gym. We also go to the gym together, but you don't like running. I don't like.
I go to dance.
I don't like shaking my ass at Madhouse.
You
know?
would like it.
Okay, I would, but but you go and you do that, you know, and it's like, so you do have time, or you have time when you're hanging out with your friends, right? But you don't need alone time where you're like, I don't want to be around anyone, including my spouse. That if that's the case, then there's something broken with your relationship, because all that time that you have, you should be wanting to spend it with them. Right.
And that can be fixed. You just got to figure out what's causing you to want space from your partner, because it's probably some sort of resentment for something swept under the rug. Yeah. But you can get back to that. And like, your partner should be your best friend. And like, who doesn't want to spend all their time with their best friend?
Right. And that's why COVID caused so many divorces, right? Because people were
forced to be together.
And then, so that's a bad sign. Like that, like that's what we're trying to prevent.
Right. Like if you can't spend time with each other like that, you need to look at your relationship with a microscope and figure out what's going on.
If you even are like, oh, I just need to get a break from my partner or get away for a little bit. Yeah. That's a bad sign. That's going down that path.
There's resentment there.
Yeah. Is love enough? Maybe not. Episode 61. I don't know. Oh yeah. We talked about like if love can get you through everything, or is it situation or circumstances? And I think we said love wins.
Yeah. I think love is enough. Yeah. And I think we said that, you know, because I think true love, I think that's what we classified it as, is true love. Yeah. Because people say that love is not enough, but they're neglecting all these other things. And it's like, if those things really matter to you, you can still love a person and not be with them. So like, if you married somebody that isn't really financially literate and he's trying to lead and he just doesn't get it, but you love them, it's like, if that's really that big of a deal where you feel like love isn't enough, that his financial illiteracy is ruining the relationship, then you shouldn't have made that decision. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's not true love, because true love is loving somebody for who they are right now. And like, people could be in the same situation and he's still not financially literate, but she's like, we'll figure it out, or he'll figure it out. I trust him, whatever. And still, that is enough, because she truly loves him. She loves him for his lack and for his success.
Well, okay, so actually, I take it back now. Now I think love is not enough. Because I'll tell you why. Because I'm thinking about that situation as you're talking about that. It's like, as a man, like you gotta perform. Like you gotta be the leader. You gotta do, like, your relationship will die if it's just based on love. Like, there's also performative actions that must happen, right? You have to have boundaries. You have to be a leader. Like, you have to invest in a relationship and learn and grow. If you're just like, oh, we just love each other, you're going to have a dysfunctional relationship, which will eventually dissolve.
But I guess I just feel
the development needs to be there.
That comes with the territory
of love,
of true love. True love.
If you truly love someone,
you want to be the best version for them.
Yeah.
You want to better yourself. Right. You want to do stuff for them. You care about what they say. That's why true love
like a chicken
is
or
enough.
the egg.
True love is enough.
Yeah.
But not just love. Not like familiar love or friend love or this love that's like romantic, but it's a lower level.
Because true love is willing to do all the things that you can in order to do the best for your partner.
Right.
And so if you're not in that mindset, then you might be in love with someone, or you might love that they love you. Right. Or be attracted to them, but you're not truly in love with them if you're not willing to make changes in your life and grow for them. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, just like we don't yell at each other or call each other names.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's not something that I even think about doing. It's something that naturally happens because I have such a high level of love and respect for you.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
It's like there's plenty of people who yell at each other and call each other names that even love each other.
Right.
But it's not that high of a level of love if you can even do those things.
Right. If you're not without working on like trying to improve and not do those things.
Right. I mean, like,
because you could
but
be at
even
a point
then,
where
I feel like
you haven't reached that level of love.
Yeah. Which you could work towards.
Well, which is just in general in life, like of love, of life, of people, of being a loving person. Because a loving person does not want to see other people hurt.
It doesn't spread hate with hate. Yeah.
No matter what they've done, you don't want to see them hurt.
Right.
Like, yes, maybe they need discipline.
Or consequence.
But that's the difference between discipline and punishment. We talked about this before too, is that discipline is for their own good.
Right.
Punishment is for your enjoyment of their suffering.
Right.
Right. That's what it is. Like as a parent, if you punish your child, it's for your enjoyment of their suffering. If you discipline your child, it's because you're doing it for their own good. So you don't wish harm on them. Like even someone who's done bad, like even a criminal who's committed a crime or did something harmful to you, you would seek discipline for them or some correction for their own good so that they can become better, not for your revenge. Then, so you haven't reached that level of love as a human being if you're still seeking that, which was the whole problem that with the whole thing that happened with the Charlie Kirk thing was that people were, seeking harm.
They're fighting fire with fire and everything was on fire.
Yeah. Whether you like them or not, like it's like, okay, if there's no world in which I accept any kind of stance where you would say that, oh, good that happened, or be happy that someone else is suffering. Like there's no, it doesn't matter who it was. It doesn't matter if it was on the other side of the fence or what it was. Like anyone who ever is wanting, like enjoying someone else's pain, that says a lot about them as a person. There's no world in which that's good.
I agree. But we're not going to go down this tangent further, so we got to stay on track.
But, okay. Oh, this is a good one. Women are supposed to be difficult, episode 62.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're challenged. Men like challenge. Yeah. But not a challenge intentionally. Like you're not mean to your husband or whatever to give him a challenge.
No.
But men and women are different.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes for me to understand your guy logic, just like it's difficult for men to understand women logic.
Well, and a woman, I think we talk about this too, always has to test a man.
Right.
She's going to continually, there's no point in which she doesn't test you, no matter how much you've proven yourself. And it's not an insult to you. It's just that it makes her feel safe.
Right.
That she knows exactly that you're still that strong guy. And so
you said earlier that women need to piss the guy off to see how he acts.
Yeah, and they got to keep on testing it to see because you won't
he might
feel
turn
safe.
Crazy one day.
Yeah, you won't feel safe if there's no boundaries. If you feel like the guy can just be pushed over.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's supposed to be that way, and it's a good thing. And women
men should view it as a good thing,
and it makes the man stronger.
Right.
Like the things that you
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah, have those things have made me stronger. So. All right. We discovered something amazing we were missing. Episode 63.
What is it?
Community. This was because of the
John and Sabrina's wedding.
Yeah. So I think that was important.
That's true. Yeah. That is one that we really didn't like. We had friends, but we didn't have like such a big group.
Yeah.
That even now we've like continued to expand, right? Like our friend group and things like that. But we're very intentional with who we like to spend time with too. And I think that was the first time that we were around a lot of people that, for the most part, were also seem very intentional and very, aware and wanting to grow and things like that. And there's obviously been some things that happened though since that episode. And I don't want to discredit the importance of community because it is very important. And we did learn that, and it's important to have that community still. But even sometimes you feel like you get a community and there might be people in there that you didn't really know how they were.
Right.
But that doesn't mean to get rid of the whole community or like the aspect of community. Like it's still very important. Obviously, it's important to have boundaries. And like,
Right.
if you find something out about somebody that doesn't really align with you, you can still be like, okay, I don't think, we can be as close as previously had thought, but it's still very important to have group of people that you can rely on.
Yeah.
And that you feel aligned with.
And you have shared values.
Right.
Because it also reinforces, because especially with the traditional relationship, the world is against us.
Yeah.
Most of society does not like what we're doing.
Right.
They don't agree with it. They think they're going to tell you as a woman, no, he's financially abusing you and suppressing you and whatever. They're going to tell me as a man,
she's just going to take all your money. And,
exactly.
Yeah,
and that's
leave
not,
you.
It's not accurate. You know what I mean? Or it's like, it should be 50-50 and all of these things. And, and it's you need the people that understand, right? And then I think that's also important is like just the aspect of if your friends are into trouble, then you're going to get into trouble.
Right.
Like,
well, I was going to say, I want to clarify that like when I say that people are aligned with us, I don't mean that they have to believe everything we believe and live the way we live.
No.
Even though that obviously is going to be kind of like an easier connection to make. I mean, morally, we align because it's like we can have gay friends. We can have people that are in 50-50 relationships. Like that is not an issue, but morally, if they're doing things that we do not agree with, or, they're not living from a place of integrity or things like that, that is what causes the disconnect, not like different walks of different people. Because I think it's important to have different walks of people of life in your life. Yeah. But you have to be morally aligned and like in your integrity and things like that matter.
Well, and I think though that you do still have to have people that are also in traditional relationship. Like,
no, I think
you can
that is
have your circle be expanded, but you need to have some core group of people that are at an alignment in your value systems and beliefs.
Well, they help understand more like truly what you're going through the most. So yeah, I agree.
Let's see. You need more conflict in your relationship. Here's why. Episode 64.
More conflict?
About conflict. Yeah. I think we were talking about...
Like, you got to actually talk about the stuff and not sweep it under the rug.
Yeah. We talked about why tolerance destroys love and how confronting conflict...
makes you stronger.
Head on, builds unshakable bonds. Yeah, exactly. So, because tolerance was the thing, is like tolerating... If you're tolerating behavior, things, suppressing the things instead of just talking about them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you tolerating a burp?
Not supposed to tell my secrets. But no, a lot of these, if people haven't picked up on it, are about resentment, right?
Yeah, because that's what we discovered in doing this podcast was the number one killer of relationships. We did an episode on that, but resentment is the biggest thing that you have to avoid because that's what does it.
That's true.
Brutal truth to young women about how to attract versus keep a man. So this was the episode 65, the young women.
Which is basically use your looks to your advantage while you can. Yeah. And if you find a good man, don't be afraid to settle down with him.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
if you
waste
know that he's good.
Your time, but don't settle early just to settle. But if you find a good guy, don't be like, I'm still young, I can still party. But I do think women still need some time on their own because I feel like a lot of women that aren't truly single or like live on their own, they're not gonna make the best decision for themselves long term romantically because they're more codependent. Yes. Yeah. And they don't understand. Yeah. And then they won't value like a man taking care of them. Right. It's like if you haven't
because they just went from parents to man.
Yeah, you got to work some shitty job first, and then some guy rescues you, and you're like, oh, I appreciate the money. Otherwise, you might be a little bit of a spoiled brat, and it's like, oh, like the money just comes. I just get money. It just we just go on trips.
They have to learn from life's experiences.
Yeah.
And then it helps them make better decisions.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's why I don't think they should get married too young, honestly. I think I said 25 was like a good age.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So that gives them plenty of time to get their stuff together and learn a little bit.
And also they do need to understand that their attractiveness will diminish with time. Like it's it's going to happen. Like it happens to all of us, but for women, it affects them more. Like you cannot be.
He's calling me an old
forever.
hag over here.
This is not, except for you.
Oh, yeah. Now you added it.
Well, but the key thing is though, what's important about that is that if you find the right man, in his eyes,
you will always be beautiful to him.
In his eyes, you will always be, no matter what.
Well, I'll always be younger than you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But you will always be radiantly beautiful to him. Mm-hmm. So find that guy because that
helps with the witchcraft, though.
Yeah, it helps with the witchcraft. But that time is. I think the biggest thing was that women, sometimes young women are given the wrong message. Mm-hmm. And even I showed you some clips from that whatever podcast. I don't always like what's on there, but there's some real truths there where he has women on there all the time and he asks them to rate themselves and they always rate themselves a 10. And then he asks them questions like, do you think you'll be more attractive or less attractive in 10 years? And then they always say more attractive. And then he says 20 years. And they still say, a lot of them, I mean, some of them tell the truth, but most of them say more attractive. And they really believe this. And there's a ton of women that believe this. And it's because they've been told this.
Men say the same things too, though.
It's not the same, though. It's not the same.
Not all men age well.
No, not all men, but they can. Like it's a different thing. Right? There's a reason why there's daddy vibes, right? And
yeah, but that's only certain men.
Yeah. But you could be that guy. But what I'm saying is, though, that it's just a lot of women are given the wrong message. They don't understand that the youth and beauty that they have is a resource that they should capitalize on because it will diminish over time.
I agree, but how do you tell a woman that without making her insecure?
Well, because she should realize that better not be the only attribute that she has. So she better work on other attributes.
I agree with that.
And that while she does have that attribute, she needs to use that to her advantage because she's not always going to have that attribute, right? Just like, look, I'm not always going to have my knees. I'm not always going to.
Where are your knees going to go?
I'm not going to always be able to run marathons or lift weights. Like I'm getting older. Like when I hit 70, I'm not going to be as strong.
Yeah, right. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to run.
But I'm not going to be as strong. I'm not going to have the same kind of strength that I have now. I'm not going to have the same kind of heck. Oh, you know what? Someone would have told me when I was younger that when you're 40, you're not going to have the energy that you had. Because I would have worked a little harder at building a business because it's a lot harder to work those 12-hour days now. Mm-hmm. These are realities of life, So that's why we called it brutal truth.
Yes.
And then brutal truth to older women about how to attract versus keep a man, episode 66.
John thinks you're an old hag now.
No.
And the rest of men. But you have your sparkling personality to win men over.
Well, yeah, you better not have all this baggage.
Right. You got to work on yourself.
Because you lost some of the beauty and youth that you had. That's true. Like you can't, that's not going to come back with Botox and fillers and all that stuff. Like,
I don't know. These new age facelifts look pretty crazy.
Actually, I take that the new age facelifts.
Yeah.
Okay, if you got the like $50,000 for the new age facelift, then maybe. But even then, you shouldn't be relying on that, right?
I agree.
It's like
it should not even ever like. I guess my issue is that I hate even talking about this because it shouldn't be all about looks.
No.
Like, and I know it's not, and I know that's not what you're saying, but like. Women are already so afraid to get old.
Yeah.
And then when you hear guys be like, oh, yeah, when you hit the wall at 27, you better have all this other stuff because you're ugly now. It's like, that's just.
Well, but that's an extreme. It's not like
it's
that.
extreme, but a lot of men talk about it in an extreme way. But
there is a point where every woman will wake up and she will realize that she's not that young, hot 20-year-old that she was. And now she has to deal with the reality of life. Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Which I don't think that's not like what women face.
No. Right.
I think it's like, how do you hear men talk about young, attractive women all day? And then when you are old and you can't do anything about it, how are you supposed to feel confident that your man even still likes you?
Well, but that's what younger women don't hear the message. That's the thing. But the older women, the message is that, especially if you're single and you're older, you better not have all of this. Like, you better be feminine. You better you can't be this and demand all the stuff that maybe you could when you were younger. You could get away with being annoying and being feminist and all of these things because guys would tolerate it because of your youth and beauty. But at that point, you better be a lot more agreeable.
They don't tolerate it.
You better not be
anymore.
a frog farmer at that point because you know what I'm saying. But again, I think it's an important
but it just
message.
makes me feel like, is personality even really enough for men then if they value looks so highly?
No, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so when you lose your looks though, how as an older woman am I supposed to feel like that's enough?
Oh, but you're not a single older woman.
Oh, so it's only if you're single.
Yeah. That's what this whole thing was directed towards. Maybe that's a miscommunication. Was that this is towards single women? It's not towards. It's not towards
seems
married
like though
women.
that every man thinks similar to what you're saying. So like women's fear is that men will find a younger, more attractive woman and run away, and that is what happens a lot of the time.
No, a woman who has been faithful and loyal to a man and gives him her feminine energy.
Is that above looks?
Is eternally youthful and beautiful to that man.
Is that above looks?
Yeah,
though?
It's above looks. At that
You're
point.
You're confidently saying that.
Yes, in a relationship, in a committed long-term relationship.
And you think most men would say that?
Yeah, I would say that. Because most men are starved for respect. Most men do not have a woman that truly admires him, looks up to them, that is feminine and soft to him. Like he would value all of those things above looks for sure.
And if you think he got those things, he wouldn't get bored of that or take that for granted and then want the other stuff?
Nope, absolutely not. Because that's what men really truly want. Now, if you're single, it's a different thing because you can't present that part of it to overcome the looks part initially because he's going to get a girl that has looks and has that because those are out there too. So that's what I'm saying is that like you better have that part if you're older and single. It's true, right? I mean, think of if you can get both things, why would you choose one? So, but
I understand because women would make the same decision.
Right, of course, women would make the same decision. But I think it's good that you said that because if you are with a man, right, like to me, you'll be eternally beautiful and youthful to me, because of who you are and because of the relationship that we have, because it transcends the looks.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to believe sometimes as a woman because you're saying all the things that a lot of men say about the looks being so important. So it's really hard to believe that that's not the case, even if you have the other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's because the imprint of you in my mind is permanent. So I always see you just as beautiful and young as you were when I met you.
I kind of get that if you think the same way that I think, because I feel like you don't age.
Yeah.
So maybe that's...
But it's because of our relationship. That's why. So, but I think that's good.
Because I'm going to get old. I ain't doing no facelift.
Good.
That sounds painful.
I wouldn't want you to do that. I wouldn't like that. I like to see you gracefully age.
Hopefully it's graceful and not like a Mack truck.
It won't. And well, I mean, also like take care of yourself. Like don't get fat. Don't I'm not talking to you specifically. I mean, it's like just like for anyone.
Healthy.
Yeah. Be like take care of yourself. Like you can age gracefully. Like there's no reason why someone can and that should be a beautiful thing is aging gracefully and not having to like do all these things to try and chase the thing. But
it's like Carrie Bradshaw. Like I'm and Pamela Anderson, like it's very inspiring to see celebrities do that because it's so easy. They can go get a Kris Kardashian facelift and look just like they did a long time ago, but they're aging like their body is supposed to.
Yeah. Okay. Episode 67, Modern Traditional Relationships. This one was with John and Sabrina.
Our first guest.
Yes.
Yay.
So that was cool. And we talked about modern traditional relationships.
Right.
That
they also have a modern traditional relationship. So.
And then episode 68, we still had them back on the show. And we said, can the right relationship heal you?
Yeah. And actually, I've been seeing more and more, I won't go too in depth because I know we got a lot to go through, but I've been seeing more and more people like therapists and things like that on the internet talk about how that's the only way. And we talked about it too. that you can truly get as close to healing yourself completely as possible.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
Through a
when you're on your own,
yeah,
you don't touch on a lot of the points because you don't have to. There's no one there poking those points or reflecting them back to you. But when you're in a relationship, that's when you can do the most transformative healing. I truly believe that. And that's what they talk about as well too.
Yeah, I can't reach certain parts of my own back to scratch them. Like you can't reach certain parts of your own depth. You need someone else to do it for you.
I thought you were implying that I am forced to scratch your back. You're like, yeah, I can't scratch my back, so you have to do it.
The depth. All right. Hard advice to men in their 20s, episode 69.
Oh, how fitting.
Yeah.
What was the hard advice? Do you remember?
Let's see.
Be a man, I'm sure. Take pride
I think
in
that's
being a man.
Yeah. Basically.
What other things? It's your responsibility.
Let me see what that.
Everything's your fault.
Oh, yeah, basically, yeah. Why traditional relationship advice fails men and how to truly prepare for lasting love. Baggage, why starting fresh can be an advantage. How to develop emotional intelligence without extensive dating experience. Critical skills men need to master. What financial stability, like you have to make money in order to
and be able to handle money.
Yeah. But and basically, I was telling guys in their 20s, like, you don't get married, don't get into a serious relationship until you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Like, focus on like getting your shit together, you know.
Makes sense.
And then it's hard. That like
being a man is hard.
It's going to be competitive. Like you are going to have to outperform other men and be better. But
if you're a good man, like if you learn how to be a good masculine man, you're a unicorn.
All right, episode 70. She's coming for your husband.
Oh, that was with the lady that was like mad at some comment.
Yeah, and so
commenter, so she like went and found the lady's husband.
Yeah, DMing people's husbands.
Right, and you said majority of people's husbands would respond.
Would fall for it, yeah.
And so I'm sure you said that women need to test the temperature of their relationship.
That's
the thermometer.
Because they're the thermostats. Yeah.
Whip that man in shape.
Like you should know whether or not that relationship's tight enough that if some chick, however hot she was, messaged your husband, he would ignore that DM. If you don't know that for absolute sure.
Confirm this.
Yeah, you've seen that happen.
Message John.
Yeah. But like if you don't know that as a woman, and then it's kind of on you a little bit because you should know that. You should, like, if you're not sure, you better find out. Like, and it doesn't mean like test it. It means like build the relationship. Like,
right. Have a conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All men should read this book, episode 71. I think it was the Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah.
We still have to do one on the masculine in relationship. You have to read that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Men should read Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah. Okay. This one book holds the key to ending fights with your man forever. Episode 72.
The Queen's Code?
Or was it it was the Queen's Code. I think we didn't do an episode on the Empowered Wife. This was on the Queen's Code. I think we didn't do one on the Empowered Wife because we had already done one on the Surrendered Wife, if I remember correctly. But that's a really good book, The Queen's Code. Yeah, seriously,
highly recommend that book as well.
That was where we talked about the frog farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but women really need to read that book.
By Alison Armstrong.
Yeah. Number 73, Unpacking Adolescence, How the Netflix hit show exposes the red pill crisis. That was a lot.
Yeah. It just shows how messed up, though, that men hating women has come in society. That children, granted, this isn't an actual event that happened, but it could. And
it has. There are actual events that are very similar that have happened for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time. It's mostly adolescent or young men shooting people, ending people's lives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually men in general, period. But so like as men, I guess my thing is, as men, it is your responsibility to help actually guide men in the right direction.
Right.
And with the red pill stuff, it's causing more hate and more problems rather than actually helping men and young boys.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So, like, that's on men.
Yeah.
Because men aren't going to listen to women anyway. And men who hate women, the red pill community, definitely aren't going to listen to women.
Yeah.
So it's on men to try to help these people understand in a healthy, proper way how to be a man.
Yeah.
Not just be fueled by hate. And then now our children are learning these things.
Exactly.
From a young age. And then they get hopeless. They hate women from teenage years. You think they're going to magically stop hating them?
No. And it's just, even just in general, the whole like dehumanizing people. Right. So it's like love should be the message. If you're like dehumanizing people, you think that whoever it is, even politically, like this person's bad, they're evil, then it allows violence to be done to them. Like that's the number one propaganda that's always used in a war in order to make it okay to kill the enemy. Right. Is like or for murder, or slaughter of people is dehumanizing them. Right.
And it's never okay.
Yeah. And that's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what red pill does.
Right.
Is it makes women's thoughts, right? That's the terminology, that hoe over there, right? Like they say things. You didn't know what thought meant?
I don't listen to all those like words.
Yeah, but it's like those kind of words, right? It's like that's what.
Yeah, why are they inventing these words? Like,
because those are
what's
just
the other one.
Those are just
403 or 304.
Oh, yeah, 304.
Like,
it's like
you guys need to realize you're making words and terms that like no one else is paying attention to.
It's dehumanizing.
It's dehumanizing, but it's also like immature. Like a man wouldn't do that. Have you ever heard a man call someone a thought?
Yeah.
A man, a real man.
No.
Or a 304.
Right. Yeah. But it doesn't help also, though, on the other side of it, real quick, is that when the whole women versus bear thing came, or men versus bear, like I'd choose the bear, that was also a dehumanizing moment where women dehumanized men.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like was not good. Because
they use their fear to justify that behavior. They're afraid of men.
Yeah. Well, fear, like you're either moving in the direction of fear or love, not both. Every action that you ever do is always motivated by either fear or love. And so you have to choose love. Right. And that's the thing. Speaking of which, one of my favorite episodes, How Forgiveness Saved Our Relationship and How It Can Save Yours, episode 74. The power
you have to forgive.
Yeah.
And wipe clean.
Yeah, forgiving is forgetting.
Right.
I think that a lot of people hold on to the I won't
and the
forget.
proper way to apologize and
yeah, that's like if you watch one episode, I think that's one of the most powerful episodes to change your life.
That's true.
Because a lot of people are holding on to stuff.
Right. Empty your backpack.
Yeah.
Stop carrying around all your hurt and forgive people.
Oh, this was a good one. This was Nicole's Brilliance. Why Men Are Dumb and Women Are Crazy, the surprising truth about relationships.
Right, because men are singular focused and women are, multi-focused?
Yeah.
I forget what she called the actual term, but basically men can only think about one thing at a time where women can multitask. And so men come across dumb, just to give a brief summary, because they only focus on one thing at a time. Right. And women... Men are dumb and women are crazy because she's thinking about a million things at one time. Yeah. Like I might say to you, like, oh my God, next Tuesday, should I wear this red raincoat or this yellow raincoat? And you're like, what? Why are you even thinking about Tuesday? It's freaking Thursday.
Yeah.
That seems crazy to you. But or we might be in some situation where I'm like, John, what do we do? And you're like, but wait, where are my keys? And I'm like, why are you worried about your keys right now?
Right, because focus on
like it's focus. That aspect.
The crazy part for the women, though, was about the emotions. Because women experience a greater degree of emotions. And so...
it's emotions, but I think it's also like doing multiple things at one time that don't... It's not going to make sense to men because they're thinking in one-tracked mind.
Yeah. If you're getting... Shoot, I'm running out of time. But if you're getting fat in your relationship, listen to this episode 76.
It's basically the same of what you said earlier as in the terms of like, take care of yourself. as you go into old age. You should take care of yourself anyway.
You should, like,
so
for
you
your
can
partner,
live a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. It
and
is
be
respectful
happy.
to your partner. It's disrespectful to your partner if you just don't care about how you look.
Right.
Like, would your partner leave you if you got sick? Episode 77.
They shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Masculine and feminine roles and the alchemical journey with the golden life. This was David
And his wife.
Yeah, I forgot her name. I'm
I'm
cheating.
like trying to summarize.
Oh, David and Alyssa. Yeah.
Alyssa. I was like trying
We
to
talked about
summon it in my
the
mind.
fight language she talked about, and
Yeah.
toxic relationship
And the
survival
breathing
guide,
techniques.
episode 79. So we talked about toxic relationships.
Right.
We know
Which I feel like is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So go watch that if you feel like you're in a toxic relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. If you keep on breaking up with someone and getting back together, you're in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
Hello. I'm feeling like, what's it like? What's the guy in So I Married an Axe Murderer?
I
Hello.
don't know.
Okay. Are women's standards too high or are men just mediocre? Episode 80. That was a good one about like,
Both.
it's, both. Yeah.
And I
There's-
think we explained that further in that
Yeah.
episode.
How AI will affect the future of relationships and dating, episode 81. We kind of talked about
I just
that.
hope ChatGPT doesn't kill me one day.
But I think it might be good that like a lot of guys that might have caused trouble in the world will just be happy with
I
their
think
AI
that's
girlfriend.
the good thing.
That's
and
the-
that's
yeah.
sad though. And
Yeah.
again, like as men, that should make you guys sad that like as a man, you know that it's better that some of these guys that are problematic are better off with not real women.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That is the best case scenario, but
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah.
And as a man, I feel like if I was a man, you're a man, and I know you're on this mission to help men be better,
Right.
but more men should be on that mission.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't want to be, I would be sad if I was like, yeah, some women are going to have to just be with robots. And I'm sure that's a reality as well, too. But that would make me sad. That would make me more so want to be like, no, like you can be feminine and be your true version of yourself. Like, come learn this thing. You know what I mean? So
I have to send a text because I'm late for a meeting.
we just go off on too many tangents.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you that it would be better for those men to end up with something that keeps them fulfilled and out of trouble. But it's just really sad.
Yeah.
And
it is sad. Like that shouldn't be the way that things are going to go.
I do
but
think it's not
it's
gonna be
better
good
than
for the
violence, though.
population.
It's better than violence. So
yeah, that
because
is
that's what's
true.
going to happen if things kept going that way.
It is better than violence. But
Yeah.
I do think we're going to see less and less babies.
Oh yeah. Well, the population is going to shrink dramatically at some point here very soon. Women have gotten out of control. It needs to stop. Episode 82.
This is Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. This was when you had that awakening moment of seeing how.
It wasn't even really eye-opening and awakening. It just was very hypocritical. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
women get away with being hypocritical, and that's
Right.
really not okay.
Yeah. You can't be like, oh, we can go to Chippendales. But oh my God, if a man goes to a strip club or if he looks at another woman,
Yeah.
like what if he turns his head and checks out a woman? Well, wait a minute. But if you're going to Chippendales or Magic Mike's or whatever, you're just having fun. Okay,
Well,
there's a
and
problem.
you just can't be bossy and controlling
Yeah.
as a woman
Yeah.
and then like not expect somebody to be fed up with that, because
Right.
no woman would tolerate a bossy, controlling man.
Right.
And if she is with one, then she probably doesn't know how to get out of that situation.
Yeah. And if a man has boundaries and standards, that's not controlling and domineering and
Right.
insecure. It's like, he's like, no, I don't want you doing this.
Right.
Like, he's supposed to be the leader. You can't be like,
Right. And you can't
oh,
manipulate him being like, you're just not being fair. Like, that's horrible. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not okay.
Yeah. It's like, you're controlling me, keeping me. Okay. Lies about marriage that hurt men. This was the Psych
Oh,
Hacks
yeah.
episode where we went through that.
We went through the whole video. So that would
Yeah.
be one to go and watch because we went through like section by section.
Yeah. Yeah. He was calling men workhorses, and that was the issue. But you don't owe anyone anything, episode 84. I think that speaks for itself.
That's a good philosophy, just in general.
What happens when a woman compliments a man? This is with
Lana
Rico. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That was a good one. Yeah, because she talked a lot about how men don't get complimented. And I don't think women even really think about that. We're used to being the ones that get complimented. And she really put in perspective how a compliment makes men feel.
Yeah.
And that you can actually use it to your advantage. And you should be complimenting men that you enjoy and care about.
Yeah. Women should wait 3 months before sex. That was also with Lana Rico.
Yeah, and she changed her mind on that.
She did. I agreed with that. Like, okay. I mean, that's a long time, but it does make sense the way she put it.
A man will definitely be invested if he waits that long.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if you're the right woman of a
that
feminine woman of that, then it...
You have to be high caliber for a man to wait that long.
He's got to be like, why, like, is this woman worth...
Right.
You know, it's
but
like
you just got to have standards.
People will wait in line overnight for the new iPhone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because they're not going to do that for like a normal phone.
Right.
So, simp culture, OF and pay pigs are ruining society. Again, that
men complain about all those things, yet men are paying for those things.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. 15 most common relationship myths debunked.
That one was like a whole list of things. So
the only way to win your wife back, nothing else will work. Episode 89.
Having standards, breaking up with her if necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to actually be a man.
Yeah,
like trying to just beg to get her back.
Your ground.
The crazy things, and that was a really good episode. Like if you are having trouble, like we went in depth on how to win your wife back. Okay. The crazy things women will do for rock stars and rappers, episode 90.
That one wasn't that long ago.
No, that was a lot of crazy, like it just shows how status.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be somebody that will throw your morals out the window for a man that has status as a woman. Like it's not respectable of yourself. It shows you don't have self-respect.
Yeah. Men are wired to cheat. Women are wired for status. Episode 91. So then we did go even more into depth of the status. The chatus.
The chatus.
I invented a new thing.
The chatus. Oh God, no! Don't be like them making words, John.
Is this financial abuse? $250,000 a year and gives her an allowance. Episode 92.
I'm just going to add to that. I'm not being financially abused like everyone thinks I am
blink
on.
Twice if you're being financially abused. On Morse code message.
TikTok.
Oh my God. That's just ridiculous. But okay. Yeah, that one was just crazy about financial abuse. Like the problem I had also with the word, like, we talked about this before, but abuse, the word abuse,
right?
Like, don't take the power away from that word. Yeah, because like people who are actually being abused, like physically abused or emotionally abused, when you say financial abuse, you're lessening their actual
what they went through.
You know what I mean? It's like using the R word or stuff like that, like just to describe things. Like no, like these are things that are
right. They're serious.
Yeah,
you don't use the word unless you're serious.
And then we had the extra dirty truth or drink. No booze, all pain. Wheel of Hot Sauce, episode 93.
Maybe we'll have to bring Wheel of Hot Sauce back maybe not hot sauce.
No, I'm not.
That did mess up my stomach for a while, but Wheel of something.
Yeah, Wheel of something.
We'll bring the wheel back in the game. The game would be fun too.
Yeah, the Wheel of Shots.
No. Needles or drinks?
Needles.
No. Be like live Nicole getting over her fear of needles.
Number one killer of relationships no one talks about, episode 94.
Resentment.
Exactly.
Go watch all those if you're feeling like you got resentment.
How to completely destroy your sex life, episode 95.
How to completely destroy
That was the guy that like had...
Oh, the guy who was like, if you don't do this, I'm going to go find someone else. And you need to watch Korn so that you can act like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to actually... Episode 96, for us, it just came out today. How a man should take care of his woman. I'm testing titles on this one. It's like, I have the title of Oh, is it going to show me the title? Because they add this new title test feature. I think one of them is like a kept woman. One's like how a man should take care of his woman. And then I can't remember what the other one was. But yeah. So that one was about like actually how to not financially abuse. Like,
right.
you know, what it actually means to take care of a woman. How to treat
your woman well.
Yeah.
When you're a good man.
Yeah. And to make sure that when you die, everything is good. That you
that you have everything set up, and that you're not just leaving her because that was other people's objections. They're like, I've seen women that when their husband dies, they don't know anything, and he left her with nothing to figure out. Like she has to figure out all this stuff.
Yeah, and then episode 97. What was that after that episode? It was about some Reddit thing, I think.
Don't you have them on the published thing? Yeah, we didn't think
I didn't.
We didn't think this far ahead.
Yeah, we're like
because we're ahead of you guys.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Let me look at my notes.
And
maybe it's back
98.
Here. Therapy speak fatigue.
Oh yeah. That was 97.
I don't know. I have financial setup.
I think it was a therapy speak fatigue.
Yeah,
that's where we're using those words. And then 98.
That was
a mystery.
I don't have it on here. The therapy speak.
I know what 99
fatigue,
was.
Though. What's 99? Because that's the one we're missing.
That's the one that was.
Oh, that's the one we did before. Early. We don't know 98.
Yeah.
We're very organized.
Yeah. What was 99? What did we do?
You're the one that has the things.
It was somewhere. The one about men, like that if they want a long-term relationship, that they need to go for the sex instead.
Yes, that was 99.
Yeah.
And then obviously
100. I can't remember what 100 was about.
Was our recap. But before we go, since we don't have a end segment thing, what is something that you've learned while doing the podcast? Like that you've learned along the way, or something that really stood out to you. It doesn't have to be new, but maybe that you fully or more fully got a grasp on while doing this?
Gosh, there's a lot of things. I would say that, I mean, the biggest thing is just the power of not being defensive. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. Yeah.
And you have done really well with that because you went from being very defensive to not being defensive.
No, I wasn't.
That's not easy to do.
I was not defensive.
As
that's
you can tell,
wrong.
It's not easy to do.
Like, I think you're mischaracterizing me. Just kidding.
No, you've done a really good job with that. But yeah, I mean, I think along the same lines of that, you know, how our conflict management has evolved from like the start. You know, we used to have basically something every week.
Yeah.
And now we don't. And if we do, it can still be a little intense sometimes, but that's usually because I forgot, you know, to not be defensive or something. But it's still improved a lot. I feel like even from episode 1, you know, we have less things that bother us. We have more open communication and talking about the things. And, you know, especially I want you to be able to talk about, you know, whatever's bothering you. And I'm working on not being as defensive myself and really listening to you and being there for you. Because I feel like I do support you and do a lot of good things when things are good, but I want to be able to be there for you and not feel like our relationship's just going to crumble, even though I never feel like that is actually going to happen. But it's still like a thing that scares me, you know? And I feel like that's when my self-sabotage acts up. I'm like, oh, well, it's ruined. We had an argument. It's ruined.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Whatever. Like, I'll figure it out somehow, but that's not the way to be. And so I feel like by facing a lot of this stuff, it's helped me heal a lot of those things, and that our communication has gotten better and conflict resolvement has gotten better.
Yeah.
But you have a call, so it's time for us to go.
Yeah.
But I hope you've enjoyed our 100 and 100.5 episode.
Yeah.
We hope to crank out 100 more.
Yeah. Even
then
if
we'll
no
get
one watches.
some
but
different balloons
we'll see.
for 200.
But I think after doing 100 episodes, you're in the like top 10% of podcasts or something. And like most, like 9% podcasts don't make it to 100 episodes. So.
I can believe it. It's
It might
been
even be
almost
95.
2 years.
It might even be 95%, I think. So
Been almost 2 years
Yeah.
since we started this. So,
yeah, haven't missed a week.
but check us out on betterthanperfectpod.com,
Yeah.
which has all the other avenues of where you can watch our podcast. Like and share and subscribe, and
We'll see you next week.
tell your friends
Yeah.
to watch our stuff and family.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next Tuesday.
John!
Revolved with